Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Last week, Congress reached another deal to avert a looming partial government shutdown. House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced that Republicans and Democrats reached a bipartisan deal to extend the funding deadlines until March 8th and March 22nd. This gives both parties additional time to hammer out a permanent deal to fund the government. Johnson and Schumer said in a joint statement, quote, "After preparing the final text, this package of 6 full-year appropriations bills will be voted on and enacted prior to March 8th. The remaining 6 appropriations bills for defense, financial services and general government, homeland security, labor, legislative branch, and state and foreign operations will be finalized, voted on, and enacted prior to March 22nd." End quote. An Illinois judge ruled that former President Donald Trump must be removed from the ballot in the state's Republican primary election for his role in inciting the riot at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. Cook County Circuit Court Judge Tracy R. Porter said that the State Board of Elections was incorrect in their decision to dismiss a challenge to Trump's eligibility. Illinois becomes the 3rd state where Trump has been disqualified from running in the primary election, joining Colorado and Maine. Those rulings are also on hold while the cases are appealed to the Supreme Court. Trump has until this Friday to file an appeal. In a welcomed announcement, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration said last week that certain kinds of grease-proofing forever chemicals called PFAS will no longer be used in food packaging in the U.S. The FDA's food studies have shown that food packaging materials like fast food wrappers, microwave popcorn bags, and takeout pizza boxes were a major source of dietary exposure to certain types of PFAS, hormone-disrupting chemicals that may persist in the body and the environment. PFAS has been linked to a variety of health effects, including changes in immune and liver function, obesity, diabetes, certain cancers, and lower birth weights. The FDA estimates that it may take another 18 months after this phase-out to exhaust stocks of products containing these food contact substances. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention updated its COVID-19 isolation guidelines for people who tested positive for the virus. The new guidelines eliminate the 5-day isolation for people who test positive as of March 1st. The CDC says you should stay home if you test positive, but can return to work once you are feeling better and have been fever-free for 24 hours without medication. The new guidelines now match guidance for the flu and other respiratory illnesses. CDC Director Dr. Mandy Cohen said in a statement, quote, "However, we still must use the common sense solutions we know work to protect ourselves and others from serious illnesses from respiratory viruses, which includes vaccination, treatment, and staying home when we get sick." End quote. Doctors and health officials praised the decision to update the guidance. March is Women's History Month, and apparently there's no better place in the country for women than Massachusetts, according to a recent ranking. The study from personal finance website Wallet Hub puts Massachusetts above all others in its report on the best and worst states for women in 2024. It revealed that Massachusetts is the best state for women based on a multitude of factors such as life expectancy at birth, median earnings for female workers, and good or better health. According to the study, the top strengths in Massachusetts were friendliness towards working moms and a low unemployment rate for women. Massachusetts was first in the subcategory of women's health care and safety, and 7th for economic and social well-being. The Bay State has the lowest rate of uninsured women, the 2nd lowest female homicide rate, and the 3rd highest life expectancy at birth for women. Rounding out the top 5 states were Washington, D.C., Minnesota, Vermont, and Maine. The 5 worst states for women, according to the report, are Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Meet James. He was surprised to find out that he has elevated blood pressure, which could turn into high blood pressure. So he talked with his doctor about a healthy path to get his numbers down. He quit smoking, which makes a big difference for his overall heart health. He also cut down on salt by watching out for high sodium on food labels and added a 30-minute walk 5 days a week to his routine. These healthy steps weren't easy, but lowering his blood pressure was worth it. Learn more about his healthy path.
Welcome back. Braintree police are investigating after 2 pedestrians were struck by a vehicle on Saturday night. Around 7 p.m., officers responded to a pedestrian crash in the area of 88 Pearl Street. Upon arrival, police found 2 injured pedestrians, a man and a woman, with non-life-threatening injuries. Both were taken to a Boston hospital for further examination. The driver did remain on scene, and no charges have been filed in connection to the crash. Early Friday morning, a home in Braintree caught on fire. Firefighters responded to the house fire just after midnight on Crawford Road. Video from the scene showed ground ladders deployed and significant damage to the roof inside of the home. It wasn't immediately known if anyone was injured or what caused the fire. The incident remains under investigation. Last week, Braintree residents who support the pickleball courts in town flooded the conference room during the town council's meeting. The reason for the turnout is due to residents near the Hollis Elementary School who showed up to voice their concerns regarding noise coming from the pickleball courts. Hoping to ease up some of the tension on both sides, Melissa Santucci-Rossi and Jan Barris of Braintree offered some solutions to the town council. Here's more.
Good evening, and thank you again. Tonight I am here with Jan Barris and her pickleball people, her committee, and it looks like some supporters and players as well. We had worked with Jan in the first initial redoing of the courts a couple years ago. They've been playing on them quite a bit, and they have recently encountered some concerns about noise in the neighborhood. Jan, if it's okay, Mr. Chairman, if she comes up and just kind of starts to give some information as well.
Sure.
Has done quite a bit of homework and researched quite a bit of companies and has some materials that she would like to share with the group this evening.
Okay.
Good evening. Thank you
evening.
for spending the time to speak with us. We started working on this back in probably August, myself and Janice Walsh, another one of the committee members, looking to get quotes for sound panels. We worked for about 3 or 4 months, got the sound panels. We have 3 recommendations, which I believe is in your package. We went with VibraScience for a couple of reasons. They're local. They're compared to the others. The other companies are all in Florida or Minnesota, and VibraScience is in Connecticut. Their rep came up several times, actually measured our courts, made the recommendations of what that we should use, and we selected their BBC panel.
Bless you.
We selected their panels that are made by a company called Sound Seal in Agawam.
As Easter is approaching, the South Shore Plaza brought back a friendly critter to celebrate the season. The Easter Bunny is now at the mall through March 30th. The Bunny photo experience will be open Monday through Sunday, and reservations are strongly encouraged. South Shore Plaza will also host events with the Bunny this season, including Caring Bunny, which is a private event for children with special needs and their families. Then there's Pet Photo Day, where you can bring your furry friend to pose with the bunny. And last, Baby's First Easter, which is a private photo event exclusively for your little ones to have their first picture taken with the bunny. For more information or to make a reservation, head to whereisbunny.com. The Braintree Parks and Recreation Department are still selling tickets for a field trip to see the Boston Celtics play the Detroit Pistons at TD Garden. The event on March 18th is available to residents of all ages, and seats will be located in the top shelf bar seating area. The trip will include round-trip transportation to and from the Garden, and buses will depart from Town Hall at 5:30 p.m. Tickets are $90, and you can buy them now on the Parks and Rec website at braintreema.myrec.com. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
It's that time of the year again, flu season. Getting vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19 can help keep you, your family, and your community healthy. You can even get both vaccines at the same time. Visit mass.gov/flushot to learn more.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. The roadways in Massachusetts can be dangerous at times, and you've probably experienced it. MassDOT Administrator Jonathan Gulliver says road safety is at crisis level in Massachusetts. Now, a new task force has been sworn in with the goal of recommending a financial plan for transportation statewide, including road safety funding. According to state data in 2023, there were over 134,000 total crashes in Massachusetts. That's an average about a crash every 4 minutes. However, it's not the highest year in state history, with over 142,000 crashes being reported in 2018. The state is looking to fund a number of safety initiatives, including expansion of wrong-way driver technology to avoid wrong-way crashes. For now, experts say there are things you can do to keep yourself safe on the roads, like stashing away distractions, don't drive tired, checking on the weather, looking for others, and of course, slowing down. A Weymouth couple is on a mission to help first responders cope with the stresses of life on and off the job. Linda Kokoris, who owns Ma Riley's Cafe in Weymouth, along with her husband George, planned a blanket-making get-together for her stepson Alex's family and friends to mark the anniversary of his death. An Abington police officer, Alex Kokoris, killed himself at his Marshfield home in 2018. He was only 35 years old. Now, to help first responders, Kokoris is the co-host of a podcast she created called Hope Beyond the Badge, where she and her co-host interview police and fire chiefs, mental health professionals, and peer support groups. Then, Kokoris is also working on organizing workshops for first responders and their families to help them recognize the signs when a loved one or colleague is struggling and the services that are available to them. The Norfolk County Sheriff's Office is partnering up with the American Red Cross of Massachusetts for a community blood drive. On March 8th, from noon to 5 p.m., residents anywhere on the South Shore can join the blood drive taking place at the Foster Veterans Center in Braintree, located at 30 Foster Road. Scheduling an appointment is required, so for those interested, you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcrossblood.org and enter Norfolk County to schedule. Later sunsets and more time to enjoy outdoor activities at the end of the day are just around the corner. Daylight saving time begins at 2 a.m. on Sunday, March 10th, when clocks move forward an hour. Many Americans favor year-round daylight saving time, but the legislation has gained little momentum. Dozens of states are considering proposals to adopt either year-round daylight saving time or standard time. In Massachusetts, 2023 saw 3 proposals regarding these two options that are currently pending. States can't switch to permanent daylight saving time on their own, neither can they opt out of the Uniform Time Act of 1966, which mandated daylight saving time without either federal approval from the U.S. Transportation Secretary or an act of Congress. With the days getting longer, soon to follow are the welcoming signs of spring. Until then, a few more weeks of winter remain, but it might be smooth sailing for those on the South Shore, as forecast calls for more milder than normal weather. The mean average temperature for January recorded at the Blue Hills Observatory in Milton was 30.1 degrees, colder than 2023, but about 6 degrees warmer than 2022. Meteorological winter, which is based on the yearly temperature cycle, ended on February 29th, while astronomical winter, which is based on where the Earth is in relation to the Sun, will end with the first day of spring on March 19th this year. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Let's talk portable electric space heater safety. These heaters must not be left unattended. Place them on a stable base 3 feet from combustibles. Their use is not recommended within a bedroom, but if you must do so, place a smoke detector on the ceiling within the bedroom. Plug a portable space heater directly into the outlet, avoiding extension cords. Thus, do not use lamp cords or power strips for this purpose. Are portable, unvented propane and oil-filled heating appliances safe to use within a residence? No. Massachusetts prohibits their use. These heaters produce asphyxiant gases. These gases can render an occupant incapacitated or dead. Please consider your safety during these upcoming colder months.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. This week in entertainment, we have 3 movie recommendations for you to watch. First, Code 8 Part 2 takes place in a city where people with powers are policed and oppressed, and follows an ex-criminal who must turn to a drug lord he despises to protect a teen from a corrupt cop. The film stars Robbie Amell and Stephen Amell. You can watch Code 8 Part 2 now on Netflix. Next, Mea Culpa follows a criminal defense attorney who takes on the case of a seductive artist accused of murdering his girlfriend. But when burning desire takes hold, things get hot and dangerous. The film stars Kelly Rowland and Trevante Rhodes. You can watch Mea Culpa now on Netflix. Finally, Spaceman follows Jacob, who was raised by his grandparents in the Czech countryside after being abandoned as a young boy. He works as a scientist before trying to become the Czech Republic's first astronaut. The film stars Adam Sandler and Carey Mulligan. You can catch Spaceman now on Netflix. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.